Welcome to Depression Proof Your Life Live. I'm Marion Mills, and I created DPYL out of my own journey through mental illness, addiction, and recovery. These conversations are about breaking stigma, finding support, and reminding you that you are not alone.
Good evening. I am honored to have Soraya Butler here as my guest tonight. She is an on-camera and voice actor. Soraya, thank you for being here.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's my pleasure to support you in this way.
Thank you.
To really talk about things, grief, especially that folks don't normally talk about, right?
Yeah.
And people who know me, they know that mostly I'm a happy person. Like I just really am. I really do have a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Joyful. But I have my moments when I'm sad, when I'm depressed, when things don't go well, like anybody else. And thank goodness I have a good group of friends, a husband who is understanding and loving and kind, and therapy. I found a really good therapist during COVID.
So tell us a little bit about your mom and tell us the hardest part about her absence in your everyday life.
Yes, my mom, like for so many, was really my best friend. And people who have known me for a long time know that actually the woman who I called my mom and referred to as my mom, Deirdre Butler Henderson, love her. She is actually my eldest sister. I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and it was a classic deathbed promise. My mom was very ill, had lupus, and this was the 70s where they really didn't know much about the disease. So lupus was complicating. She was also diabetic. So the lupus advanced like very quickly and they didn't really know how to treat it. So once it affected her lungs and then ultimately her brain, my mom was gone. And she was most worried because she was leaving me, the youngest, behind. And so my oldest sister, Deirdre, she said, Mom, please go in peace. I will take care of Soraya. I will raise her and make sure that she turns out. So when my mom passed away, my oldest sister, Deirdre, she became like, I went to live with her. And so I had to live with her. And then we went to family court and she became my legal guardian. And so here, for all intents and purposes, she was the only mama I knew and she raised me well. So my Deirdre, my mama, very fierce. So she had a daughter already, but she told my mom because I think she got pregnant because she wanted my mom to see a granddaughter.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
She said, but Mom, I don't want a husband, but I want you to have a granddaughter and I want to have a daughter. That's the kind of woman she.
That's right. I don't want the husband. I just want the baby.
I just want the baby and I want you to see a grandchild. And so she gave our mom that joy. And she became my legal guardian. So my niece, we were raised as sisters and we were very close. And I love all my nieces and nephews and little kids, and my husband the same. But it wasn't until my other little sister passed away and then my mama that I was like, I feel the need to be a parent. It's because of her, the love and the fun. And don't get me wrong, like she was tough and she was strict, but she also showed us love. She was a community organizer through and through. She always worked in the community, first for elderly people when she was a young woman.
Wow.
So it was like for elder rights. So we were always, calling up somebody, going on a march, going on a rally, going out and, doing whatever needed to be done, like visiting the elderly, making sure they had food and visitors, right?
Like literally boots on the ground type. Yeah.
Boots on the ground organizer. And then later on, she started an organization called the Shahara Foundation. And that organization helped women get up and out of poverty. My mom did a lot of good and helped a lot of people in the community of Roxbury, Massachusetts. That is the hood of Boston and all around the world, actually. Through that organization, I got to travel with my mom to India to help some organizations there. We traveled to Havana a few times to do some good work there. So my mom, she touched a lot of lives. So I hope to fulfill her legacy. And her laugh, her laugh is just the best. I miss that laugh and those hugs. My mom was a tall woman, like 6 foot, and like, as my dad would say, stout. Near the end of her life, but we didn't know it was the end of her life, she started a podcast called What Grandma Knows, and you can listen to it on Apple Podcast. Thanks to Jamie Muffett. I knew Jamie is really adept at putting together many podcasts. So I went to Jamie and I was like, I have these recordings of my mom and her best friend just shooting the shit, just talking about things. Yeah. It's only 3 episodes, but you will hear my mom's laugh and just, you really, like, that podcast brings her into the room with you. And so Jamie did the perfect intro for it. My mom left instructions about what she wanted, and it was just a dream. She had artwork done, and Jamie just put it together so beautifully. And so now I have those forever because, you know, my mom she's from Boston, so she had a hardcore accent.
That accent, yes.
So it's like, hello, dear heart, it's your mother. And I'm like, so that's how she would start every message. Hello, dear heart. It's your mother. I haven't listened to them since she's passed. And since I was putting together the podcast, it was too hard. But pancreatic cancer, if anyone knows, by the time you are feeling any pain, it's already too late. And my logical brain knew that. But of course, my heart, you know, I wasn't ready. Like, we were not ready. Yeah. And my mom was not in the best of health anyway. So knowing that pancreatic cancer was now on the table, I was like, can she fight this? And right away, she had an awful reaction to the chemo. So my mom was so remarkable because she almost pretty much made her peace, like, right away.
Okay, yeah.
And we were not ready. She had a health scare a couple of years prior to 2023. And that's when my sister and I realized that her things were not in order. So she did big things like the will and bought a plot and paid basically for a funeral. Like, my mom did everything.
Wow.
Like, that's huge because that can wreck a family, you know? So that was tremendous. So when she had that first health scare, my sister and I convinced her to give up her home and to move into an assisted living facility. And hindsight, right? We didn't, you know, but she had care and she had people and she met a great friend. So she had a care team there. So when the diagnosis of the pancreatic cancer came and then chemo was not an option, my mom's health declined rapidly, very rapidly. So she made her peace pretty quickly. So much so that in the assisted living facility, unbeknownst to me, she was giving talks on death and dying and being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer to help.
When I was a social worker, there were a lot of people that had worked, retired, and within a year of them leaving, you hear about their death. And I mean, you were talking about your mom, about how she was just go, 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 go. I think everyone has someone in their life like that's always doing for others and really not taking care of themselves, to the point that, you know, sometimes when they're taking care of someone else, they may actually pass before the person that they're actually taking care of does, because they're just not taking care of themselves the way that they should.
Yes, absolutely that. But she did stay on top of the doctors because of the diabetes. However, did I wish that she walked more? Absolutely. Did I wish that she ate better? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, you know, she is a grown-up. She has free will. So she was diagnosed in August of 2023. And by October, almost to the day, she was gone. And I want to say, this is also the kind of woman that my mom is. She wanted a gathering, a party, and she wanted to rent a house at the beach because that's one of her favorite places.
Okay.
So my mom gathered all the family and all her friends, and people had to come from far away. And she planned this date. And people were coming from everywhere, from California, from Charlotte, from Atlanta, like all over. People were coming. She said, I want a party. I want everybody to come because I don't know how long I have. And I just want this party. And I want people to say prayers and be together. And after we say prayers, I want to play music and eat good food and dance and laugh. And it's not going to be about my cancer. So we found a beautiful house on the beach in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Okay.
On the ocean, a big house that fit so many people. The house was amazing, and I showed my mom pictures. She's like, "Oh, Soraya, it's so beautiful. It's perfect." Like it just felt like a hug.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is the place. Like this is gonna be amazing."
Yeah.
And as the date was coming closer, my mom was in more and more pain, and she had a couple of procedures to kind of blunt the pain. And we were hopeful that she was going to be able to still come out of the hospital, come to this party, and then probably go back to the hospital was the plan, right? Like to have one last hurrah with the family. I knew she was not going to be able to make it to the party, right? Like I wasn't thinking she was going to die, but I was just like, well, it's not looking good. Right. And since I had been with her continuously, I knew she didn't look great. But as I saw relatives and friends who hadn't seen her in a long time, the shock and the horror and the sorrow, I was like, oh no, wait, is this a good thing that I'm doing? Right? Like to traumatize people, but yes. So when my godparents came, her dearest friends in the world, when they both came in and like burst into tears, like I was like, oh my God. That's when it really landed that no, she's not coming to the party, but she might not be here much longer, right? So they leave, they go to the house, and then the doctor had a serious talk with me, and he's like, she's not going to be able to come to this party. And as a matter of fact, we need to have a hospice conversation because she doesn't have long, right? So the next day was the gathering. As my family are coming, I now have to kind of siphon everybody off, like the close family first, right?
Sure, yeah.
The next step is hospice. We were going to have to move quickly, and she was going to have to move to hospice on Monday was the plan.
Okay.
So as the family members are coming in, I have to tell them this is the next step. So everybody gets the news, and we lit a candle and said prayers. And in the middle of the prayer service, my phone is buzzing, but I didn't really hear it. So the next person on the list was there. Her phone, we hear it ring. And so she looked at it and she kind of was shocked, and then she stepped out of the room. And then she's like, Soraya, it's the doctor. And my brother and my nephew come out with me. And, they say, I'm so sorry, Miss Butler. And then I left my body, right? I remember, I think I screamed because another sister came out. My husband wasn't able to be there that day. I screamed. And if my brother and my nephew were not holding me up, I would have fallen on the ground.
Wow.
But we were all together, and we all got the news at the very same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, if I was alone, I don't think I could have been able to handle it. But because we were in the middle of saying prayers and we were all together and all our energy was focused.
Yeah.
My mom knew.
She knew.
She knew that she could go in peace. Like all of her loved ones, all her near and dears were together in the same place.
She knew.
She knew.
It's like she knew in that moment, not just that everyone was together, but in that moment, prayer was being said. It speaks to the spirituality that was so important to her.
Absolutely.
It's almost like she was looking at like, okay, everyone's together. They're about to say a prayer. Perfect.
Yep.
I can let go.
Mm-hmm. It was exactly that. And then after the next day being Sunday, but after the service, after we got the news, we finished prayers, everyone together, everyone sad, and we ate the food. It was an amazing meal. And then, of course, there was music and telling stories. Everybody had their stories to tell
Mhm.
about, just my mom was so funny. And so we could laugh in the middle of the grief,
Yeah.
you jokes and times and
I don't know why this just hit me, but she knew that you couldn't be alone. It was important for you not to be alone, you know? Yeah. So it's amazing how that works out, not to be alone, but it not just be your husband, it not just be
right.
you and a couple of friends or you and a sibling, enough for you all to grieve together and to remember her and enjoy her together all at the same time because you were there for a party and that was her homegoing.
Yep.
Homegoing was a party, it was a
Celebrate
celebration.
life right then. Prayers, we brought there were flowers and the ocean was right there. And so we
Yeah.
were all together able to bring flowers to the ocean. It was just beautiful. Like my mom, even though she didn't really plan it,
She planned.
it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
We all could do that together for her, remembering her.
She also sounds like a woman that would not have wanted to be on hospice either.
We all knew she was not gonna want to be in a hospice facility. Like she was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out. Done.
Right.
And
Right. So you said that you were going to go back to the trees. What was it about the trees?
The summer before, I went on a women's yoga retreat. Now, I don't really do yoga, but it was the communion of the women that I was looking forward to. And it was
Right.
some of my really dearest women friends.
Mhm.
And it was in somewhere in New Jersey. Beautiful, like huge property, lots of land, a huge
Oh.
mansion, basically, because, I was in a bunk, my 4 closest friends. So in the morning, I like to write in my morning pages or just like in a journal, just to
Yeah.
write. And so it was the summer and there was a screened in porch. In the middle of the forest abuts a lake. And so I had an epiphany that even though my mom, I missed this, like being hugged by her and hugging her, if I can let go of the physicality and the missing her that way and be more expansive, enjoy her in the trees, enjoy her in the wind rattling the leaves.
Yeah.
That way, my mom, her spirit is not only around me this way, but then she's also inside of me. And that's bigger, and I don't know if it's better because my physical brain still wants her physically here. But if I can spiritually embrace that she is literally all around me and within me all the time, that's a better way. But that was the first transition of her not being here physically, but yet she is always here.
She's all around. Yeah, she's all around.
All around and within. And I just burst into tears, and this other woman who friends were still asleep. So she was sitting reading on this couch in the living room inside. And so I'm like sobbing. And this woman, God bless her, I love her. She just turned around and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." I was like, "I think I need a hug. Is that okay?" And she came out and she hugged me and she didn't let me go. And I just was able to sob. And then I was like, just the freakiest thing just happened to me. And then she was like, "I'm a somatic therapist." And I was like, "What now?"
Yeah.
I kind of knew what it was, but I was just like, it's some like woo-woo breath work. I don't know, but she
Exactly what you needed in that moment.
and so I'm like, you and we're gonna have a relationship because I think I need some of your somatic therapy. So I have not gotten back to her and that, but I know that that is going to be part of my healing as well because, you know, the body, as we were talking to Amy, the body keeps the score
Yeah.
on every level. And it's
Yeah.
a book that I have started and read pieces of, and I need to get back to it because the body does indeed keep the score of the grief, the hurt, the healing.
You
Um,
know, when things get overwhelmed, when you need to reach out and call and talk, and what do you do?
I just started talking to her out loud
Hmm.
as if, you know, sometimes we would call each other 5 times a day. Sometimes it would be once a day. Like, and it would be silly things, but like, I'm doing
Right.
a lot of things. I'm growing my business. I'm doing like new things. And, I need her, but
Yeah.
it's really giving, it's really given me a lot of solace and comfort to instead of just talk to her in my head because I'm a vet, like I do
Mhm.
it to release it, to say, to talk to her out loud as I'm walking through the house, as I'm washing the dishes. Hey, Ma, this is happening. What do you think? Hey, good morning. Like I would call her and just say, hey, good morning, sweetie. I love you. This is what I'm doing today. I still do that. And
Good.
it's given me a lot of comfort
Good.
than other than just being like, I love you, I miss you in my head. Like just to say, today I really miss you. Or, you walk into a store and a song would come on and that like music, because music is a big communicator in our house, like from the time
Yes.
we woke up
Yeah.
to the time we went to bed, like all kinds of music. This song, Bluer Than Blue, came on. But it's this particular version. Like I know it's an old, like it might even be a Broadway show tune. Anyway, that particular version came on and it was one of my mom's favorite songs. And the lyrics of the song are just so telling. I'm bluer than blue. There's
Mm.
life in this empty house because you're gone. Like you're. And so
Oh, wow.
the song came on and I just burst into tears. Like I just burst into tears. But I let the tears flow
Good for you. Yeah.
because I needed to in that
You
moment.
needed it. Yeah.
I'm just like that song just got me. It was one of my mom's favorite songs.
You
And
know,
we enjoyed it as a family together, and it was one of those songs that she would play it on repeat and repeat.
I'm a firm believer God gives us everything that we need, even when we don't know we need it. And from your mom saying that she wanted to have this party, she wanted to have this get together,
She knew it was time.
she knew it was time.
I didn't want to acknowledge.
So where did therapy come in
Oh,
between
so, okay,
there?
yeah,
Did,
when I was
did therapy come in like,
no, it came in like right. All our jobs went away. We have no money. So I needed a therapist. And I had some other family things going on, not with my mother, but with another sibling.
okay.
Another sister passed away, a younger sister, from addiction.
Okay.
And that sent me spiraling. So I really needed help. Now that little sister passed away in 2016. So it was a long time ago, but not. And things were happening with her children that I didn't agree with. So I really needed a therapist to talk about them and to work through them.
And you're still have that same therapist.
I do.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
I just see her twice a month. And so it's more like maintenance. So this is
Yeah.
not even when my mom was diagnosed, but
Right.
I was seeing her every week because it was a big brouhaha going on. So thank goodness, in the midst of this other stuff going on, my mom was diagnosed. So I was still seeing her like every week. And thank goodness I was.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after my mom passed and other things settled down. I think it was a mutual thing. She was like,
Okay.
you're doing well. Like, let's try it, twice a month.
What does resilience mean to you now in this season of grief?
It's resilience means every day you show up.
Yeah.
How you are,
Mm-hmm.
like authentically.
Yeah.
You know, if I had a rough night or, I'm really and my mom's birthday is next week. She's
Mm.
leaning on me heavy. It's okay. I give myself the space and the grace to acknowledge where I am in that moment. I love you. I love you and I miss you. Yeah, I know it's your birthday next week and this is what we're going to do. And and if I can give it grace and space, it moves through me faster.
I love that. It moves through me.
I will definitely get her like her beautiful roses that she loved and
Mm-hmm.
her nice little glass of champagne, pink champagne that she likes, and get her some fried chicken to have a nice meal in her honor, and call my godmother, who's her best friend, and just reminisce. And
Laugh, cry, right?
maybe
Yeah.
I'll listen to the podcast, listen to some of her voice messages. Yeah, but the next day, Thursday, my day off, I will get a massage. My mom also loved that.
For anyone that's listening who is afraid of forgetting their loved one, their touch, their voice, their smell.
I think if you try to hold on like this, you will lose
Oh,
what they sound like, what they feel like. I think if you can just relax and acknowledge that they are always around you and with you and in you, I think the memories will come back. Like, you can play music to connect you to them. If you don't have a voice memo, that you can save, you know what their voice sounds like inside of you. You can still play their favorite song. I think it's the holding on rigidly. If you can just relax and let it flow, whatever comes to you is what is meant to remind you of them. I can't wait to say, look at mama, look what we
yes,
did.
exactly. Exactly.
And his song Freedom,
Yes.
during COVID, my mom, again, the organizer, always the
Yes.
organizer,
Yes.
she got a group of I think all of the residents she choreographed a dance to that, and I want to show it to John Baptiste. Like, it just brought my mom and the people so much joy during COVID, and
Wow.
brought us so much joy, and we have it. So it's like my mom, everybody with their little masks on, they look
Yes,
like
doing their thing. Wow.
doing
Wow.
the thing.
Thank you so much for being here.
Any opportunity to share the light of my mama, Deirdre Butler Henderson. So I thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Depression Proof Your Life Live tonight. Together, we're building a community of strength, clarity, and resilience.